And what's up, guys? It's Noah here from the Digi Bros. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Shoutmon, the Xros Heart deck, but this time it's going to be post ban list. So the Shoutmon Xros 4 will be limited moving forward, and so this is going to be our take on it. So with that being said, we're gonna hop right into it. So with Xros 4 getting limited, it is going to turn into like a Xros 5 Turbo kind of deck. So he's just going to be, he was the boss monster before, but we're just really trying to power into him as fast as we can. We do miss the one copy of Xros 4, but now we do have the 4 copies of the Xros 5, where before some list we're only playing 2 to 3 of them, but now we're just really trying to focus on and utilize the Xros 5 moving forward. Up next, we do have the 1 copy of the Xros 4. We did recently get limited, so we do still gonna play the 1 copy card. It's still extremely good. And this is going to be another card that we bumped all the way up to 4. Is going to be 4 copies of the Shoutmon King version. Card is not as good as the Xros 4 here, but he can help recycle the Xros 4 because on play he can add a Digimon with the Xros Heart's traits from the trash, and then he can also substitute himself for any material. So if you are missing one of the pieces from the Xros 5, whether it be the Shoutmon, which he counts as Shoutmon, but whether it be the Ballistamon, the Starmons, the Drulomon, or the Sparrowmon, he can substitute for it, and he does have material save, and then he does Digicross -2, and you can take any of the Digimon in our deck. So yeah, he's really good, just trying to help recycle our pieces we get back, whether they attacked in the security. If you're missing a piece, you can play him, get it back, being able to, like I said, we're really trying to turbo out into the Xros 5s, and this really helps us get into that a lot faster. So going on, the rest of the deck is going to be fairly standard. 4 copies of the Drulomon, the Ballistamon. This is one that we did change right here. We did bump the Sparrowmons up to 4. So we are really just trying to turbo out the Xros 5. So we do need all of his pieces, including the Sparrowmon, even though he isn't the best. But this isn't going to be focused around Xros 4 anymore, so we just need all of the names. So we're just playing 4 of all of the names. The Starmons, the Shoutmon, the Sparrowmon, Drulomon, and the Ballistamon, just so we can have everything that we need. And once again, the Shoutmon King version can also replace any of these. If we are missing, excuse me, if we are missing any of these pieces, it can replace it. So let's go to wrap up the Digimon count. Moving on to Tamers. Once again, we have the 4 copies of the Taki Kudo. Taki still really good. Being able to search out, being able to search for your boss monsters, you know, being one of those Xros 5s and the Xros 4, if you do hit it, be able to like take another one, slide under one of your Tamers, be able to help set up. Still exceptionally good, really good Tamer. And most of our other Tamers are, so we do have the 4 copies of Kari, just being able to play out one for free, the Drulomon for free, and then be able to suspend it to get the draw. Really strong. Once again, with the King mode, we are going to be like playing him as well to be able to get stuff back and being able to gain additional draws from her as well. Same with the next Tamer, which is going to be the Zenjiro. We are also going to play 4 copies of, and depending on where you are in the current like game state and how many of these you do have up, your King version could be for free, because he does have the Digicross -2, making him 3 to play. If you have 3 of the Zenjiros up, he will be free to play, be able to play, get back on your resources, whatever you're missing for either the Xros 4 or the Xros 5, and just being able to Digivolve up or Digicross up from there. Once again, really strong. He placed a Ballistamon out, Ballistamon's blocker, so really strong cards. And for the Tamers, we are still playing the 2 copies of the Tai. He's going to be our memory Tamer, and once again, The Cross 5 will have, and the Cross 4 if you do Cross 4, but the Cross 5s will have enough evolution sources so that will gain additional security check from the tie. So if you do have tie up whenever you do play him with all sources, he will be able to check for 3 checks. Something else I forgot to mention earlier is the King version does have the inheritable your turn. While it's Digimon and Shoutmon's name, it does get additional 2000 DP, so that will be able to put the Cross 5 up to a 12,000. And if you do have tie up, you will be checking 3 security. So super duper strong. And moving on from there, we are still playing 2 copies of the tie and card, just being able to gain the additional memory. And even though the Sunrise Buster did go to 1, we are still playing the 1 copy because we just have so many good red and yellow Tamers with the deck. Both the tie and Akari, the tie, the Akaris, and the Taikis. All these are still really good to be able to play for free off the Sunrise Buster and just have some additional removal. So these are the last of the Tamers. Like I said, we are playing a bunch of good red Tamers, so we just still want to play the one of Sunrise Buster to maximize the amount of efficient Tamers we're playing. So for options, once again, we do have the one Sunrise Buster. So I do think moving forward, once this deck has been hit, a lot of the decks aren't going to be playing the Floodgate Digimon, where it says you can't reduce play cost. So our removal options are just going to be quite big ones. We do have 2 copies of the Crimson Blaze, really good against a bunch of the matchups in the current format. Justmon, they won't be able to play Sistermons for free. Green, Bloom Lord, they won't be able to play their stuff by their effect. So this is just a really solid card all around. Yeah, really good. And moving on to the last one, it's going to be 2 copies of the Wyvern's Breath. You can cut this for Fireball to get some additional draw power. Like I mentioned, Fireball before was used to like snipe some of those really pesky Floodgate Digimon, the level 3s. But this deck honestly has a problem with really large stacks. Most notably Gaiomon and Blackboard Greymon. Whenever they're able to protect themselves and not only be able to swing and delete your Tamers, which we do need a lot of our Tamers up on the field to gain the full benefits of this deck. So that does really hurt. And so the Wyvern's Breath, stuff that we were playing before the limited list, just being able once again to get in there and clear out those really big stacks. And this does help against other things that aren't Blackboard Greymon. If you check this in security, minus 50k, it's still huge. So that is going to wrap up the main deck. Now moving on to the eggs, it's just going to be the 4 copies of Pikmon. It does have the terrible when attacking a Xros Heart. If you draw, you don't need a 5th egg. There's no other 5th egg you'd rather have. Oh yeah, so whenever we were building this deck, we were going over a couple different ideas on how to play it moving forward. But we honestly think over here at the Digibros team that this is going to be the best way, turning it into the Cross 5 Turbo. And so I know these King versions are secret rares, and you may not have them or be able to afford them. There are other alternatives. There are the Cross 4 and Cross 5 B, and the Baelsmon. You could look into playing those as well. I've also seen some lists that were playing like Chimeramon. Chimeramon, I know, is also a bit of a pricier card, around $10 at the time. So that was another option. They were also playing the Blue Tamer, Kyria, and then the Kaiser Nail to be able to play out stuff from under, a bunch of cool stuff like that. But I do believe that this is going to be the best way to play Shoutmon moving forward. Or at least until we get the future support for the deck. But currently in the English Digimon TCG, Cross 5 Turbo with the Shoutmon King versions is going to be the best way. So that way, if you do see this early, you'll be able to get back the King version, or just be able to get back anything you need from Cross 5 to Turbo. So yeah, Once again, I am Noah from the Digi Bros, and this is going to be our Shoutmon list post the November ban list.